Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me for part 2. Part 1, there'll be a link for it down below in the description. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do, because shows us how we got here. Now, we're going to start this part with sacred space. Because we're going to cultivate a sacred space in order to do all this magic in. We really need this to be able to heal. Find a spot in your home or office that you can access easily. Create a sacred spot just for you. This will be a place for you and you alone. If space is at a premium, then a shelf or corner will do. Put here only those items that hold significant meaning to you and touch you on a deep personal level. Examples are photos of loved ones, rocks, feathers, shells. Place a candle, even if it cannot be lit. This signifies the element of fire and represents the flame of the Creator's love for you. Perhaps fire means something entirely different to you. Use this space to go to daily, even if it's just for a few moments, to ground and calm yourself. Working this into your daily routine will bring you to a place of greater understanding. And it's true. And it's connected to number 11 and our new day. It's time to have a new day. Okay, now let's see where I'm feeling called to go. Something that's hidden is coming to light. And it's we're going to find out what it is. Because we know we're not seeing something clearly. You know what? No, I'm being called to go here. We're going to see what's out of alignment still. There is the Four of Swords. That's where we're going to be reflected back what we need to see. We're finding stability. The Four of Wands. Now we're acting on that stability. And the Ace of Swords. There it is. That's the sword we need, guys. So, we know, remember, when we're in mental entrapment, the Eight of Swords, we're at the tipping point towards the 9. Our anxiety, our cruel, our fear, our connection to right here. But we're going to heal from our heartache, the Three of Swords, the pain, what got us here to begin with. And we're going to find the clarity. 3 plus 1 sword equals 4. We need to act. That's why the Wands is here. I need to get this up right. And it's our action that's going to allow us to have the sword and to take it. And it's right there. We just have to take it. And we do. And there's the Star. And the Nine of Pentacles. And it's connected to the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is connected to the High Priestess. And look, the High Priestess took the sword. She's the energy we need to take the sword back, because we're going within the dark to see the light. And look at how much she loves the sword. She loves the clarity. She loves the connection that the divine has for her. That sword does so many things. This sword allows her to see what she needs to see and cut herself free from what doesn't serve her. The sword is her protector, but this sword is also her gift from the divine, her connection to the divine through her mind. Because we're setting things right with the body right now. And we restore balance. Okay. Now, we know how we got here. What is being illuminated? Thanks, Spirit. I can hardly wait to see what that card is. But we got the sword. We're acting with it. Okay, guys, here's the magical moment. This card literally took down the devil. The 5. The active conflict. And look, still symbolism for gaining access to that one sword. We have to work with our conflict. Because once we do, we have that sword. And we're doing something here. Because that sword is connected to the 2 of Wands. Our change. Our great revolutions. Actively manifesting. We're manifesting through the 4. We know that. Look, now we can see what we need to see. We know that lambs are to be slaughtered, right? They're considered to be weaker. But this lamb sees the light. It's not weak. It's strong through its connection to its faith in the divine and the light. And we're set free. Judgment's here to set us free from, well, what? Look at. From our heartache. From the 3 of Swords. We're dealing with this. We're being set free from our pain, from being stuck in these karmic loops that want to make us want to play with the devil energies. And there is the Queen of Cups. So the Mother of Cups, the Father of Cups, the King of Cups, and the High Priestess. And there it is. To the energies of water, masculine, feminine, coming together to help us see what we need to see. It's connected to our healing. Everything's about the 7 of Wands and making the choice to heal through wish fulfillment. And we're doing that by connecting to death. And in this card, we're literally seeing what's killing us. What's killing life. Because we're going to transform away from that. And this is killing us and this is killing life. So we're going to transform away from that. And there's the 4 of Wands. We actively do. We go through that portal we have created. And we have achieved justice for the dark and the light. We've restored balance with the Sword of Clarity, the Sword of the Light. There is the dark, there is the light, represented in 2 cats. But they've restored justice because they both see the clarity. They've seen the clarity in the light and they've seen the clarity within the dark. All right. So let's just see what is being offered to us within the 5 of Swords.
Hey guys, can I subscribe to my mom's channel?
Oh, thank you, boo. Thank you, boo-boo. The 5 of Swords, yet another card of warning. The 5 of Swords depicts the destruction of the self. And that's what that is. You'll be lured into another situation or argument you know to avoid. Your selfishness and desire for power will lead you to defeat. Pain and discord will result. But we're not, because you know what? We're going to go the right way. And how are we going to get there? Being called to go here? No, I'm being called to go here first. We're going to unearth what's in our way. So the active conflict within our mind that's being caused by the toxicity within our body from our environments and what we're putting within. So we're going to heal from that. But let's see what this is connected to. What's in our way? And we're going to see how to heal from it. Okay. Well, we do, because we're going to move forward. The Fool's right there. Okay. So, we have Justice and the 10 of Pentacles. And then we're moving forth with the energy of the Fool. And the Fool is connected to the Moon. And our reflections. This is our reflections of self. This is our reflections. This is what we need to see. We need to see what is within us. The Moon is helping to see us to see who we are. She's helping us to see who we are. We just need to look. We need to look within. And it's connected to the water. our emotions, the water energies, and that's why we're using the cups. Now, justice is here. Justice pushes us towards balance and stability. Perfection, the ability to measure things out and to evaluate, but above all else, to attain what we really merit. We really merit. Justice, for this reason, will be clement and generous with the good and severe with the bad. The outcome, therefore, implies that we will be the right one for the impartial and honest consult. The negative meaning indicates it could come to incarnate a castrating maternal figure or bring uncertainties, excesses, and the consultant could feel the consequences of his or her own actions. The advice of the dead: deal with the situation methodically, in a balanced way, and with an organized spirit, without letting yourself become disrupted by desires or passions. And what this mostly means is what we're lusting after. We can't let our desires and passions lead us astray. We have to be using our flame with integrity in a healthy way. Can't be letting our desires and passions be leading us astray in a destructive way. We have to know the difference. And that's going to be your connection to the divine. You working with you and figuring out where you're going. Now, we're going to also see what the Ten of Pentacles has to offer, because I'm feeling called to read it. The chrysalis has closed itself, and a change is now vitally necessary in order to continue and progress. So, we've entered the chrysalis. It's now closed. We're not leaving it until we transform. A butterfly, anew, and the butterfly knows how to get home, knows how to migrate. The Ten of Pentacles pushes us to go even beyond the material world and to fly in different places in order to bring abundance and fortune to other territories. Only fear of letting go of a life and a stable but past situation could create problems, uncertainties, and disagreements. The advice of the dead: aim what you have gained or earned in other directions, but also evaluate every decision properly. So we know that we are beginning again, though, because the Fool is here to tell us so. We're not going to go back to the past. We're going to move forth with the energy of the Fool. The Fool, whether in the beginning or the end of a new project or journey, brings with him a great flood of energy, a feeling of lightness and novelty. The road on which he finds himself, whether going towards or moving away from something, can be seen as an escape or as an liberation. And we're liberating ourselves because we found the clarity. So yes, we do have the choice. We can find that clarity and we can go right back into our old patterning. We can go right back into playing with the devil energies and old self, or we can use that sort of clarity to create a new with, to take a new path, to take a new road. And we actually have the strength to do so because we've experienced what it is like to already be where we're at. And because it doesn't feel the way we want it to feel, this is about our divine inheritance. We want to create with patterning that connects us to our divine inheritance. And this is patterning of self, patterning of growth, spiritual expansion. This is nevertheless always illuminated by intuition. If we are in the middle of a problem or a negative moment, this is because this card can bring with it the baggage. The baggage, things like chaos, impulsiveness, indecision, and can lead to irrational choices, incoherence, or the flightiness of a butterfly. And this is what we're healing from. The impulsiveness is connected to the devil energies. So, the advice of the dead. Continue along your road having focused on your objectives. Often, traveling lightly and freeing yourself from some baggage can help you channel your energies better. So, we're going to free yourself from some baggage. And we're asking, look at that, 5 of Swords just wanted to be, set itself to be known. We're freeing ourselves free. Remember, that's the answer. This deck just fell over and there's the 5 of Swords. Okay. This is how we're not going to get back into the devil energies. We don't want to, because we're having a fresh approach with the Fool, a new beginning. We want to be going in the right direction home. We're leaving old earth. We're going to new. We don't want to turn back around. We want to keep going forth. So how are we going to do so? And you know, with this Emperor here, sitting here with the freaking gun, it's about healing from feeling like we need to protect ourselves. This has something to do with feeling like we need to protect ourselves. We're feeling like we need to protect ourselves from the devil energies. The Moon just fell on the floor, and that's not for any reason. That Moon card is speaking to me. It's wondering if we need to read the message of it. I don't want to just be sitting here reading messages, guys. This reading will be 17 hours long. We have the Star, the Ace of Swords, the 6 of Cups, the 4 of Coins, the King of Coins, Strength, and the 10 of Coins. I really wanted one card from this deck with the 7 of Swords and the Devil, but it's all on point. We're gonna heal with the Star, the energy of Aquarius. That allows us to connect to the light, the Ace of Swords. That's what this is all about, because we're manifesting. And this is about our purification of our soul, the 6 of Cups. Coming back to self, coming back to one. And that's connected to our personal power, the 4 of Coins. Are we going to manifest the 10 of Pentacles, or are we going backwards? That right now is connected to the King of Coins, and that's the King of Pentacles. And that's the King of Keys. This energy is key into moving forth. So we're going to find strength to expand with the 10 of Coins. And in order to do so, it's about the 7 of Swords. We know that. And the trickery. Look, he's got his fingers crossed. Oh, look, I can still trick myself. I can still be in the trickery. I can still lost with the devil energies, but nothing's going to happen. Cross my fingers. And this trickery is connected straight to the devil, keeping us stuck within the devil energies. And look, things are unbalanced. And there it is. Our connection to the 5 of Swords. We must heal from the 5 of Swords. This is key in doing so. And that is connected to this message in the Moon. So we're going to find out what this message is. Okay, well, Luna, you need to speak to us. So we are going to speak. Or we're going to listen while you speak to us here. The female and maternal archetype par excellence. The Moon brings with it receptiveness, intuition, the power of imagination, ideals, but also mysteries and secrets. It is the card of the subconscious and of dreams, capable of revealing and overcoming the illusion of existence. The illusion of existence. We're going to overcome that. The Moon's reflection is captured in water from the tranquility of the lake to the sacred enclosure of a chalice. Its essence, whole and true. The reverse of this can, however, bring prejudices, isolation, or the keeping of secrets that are too heavy, leading to confusion and madness. We're not doing that. We're freeing ourselves from the curse around here. The advice of the dead. Trust your intuition, but continue to listen and observe what surrounds you to disconcern its true nature. Now, that's going to be connected to what's happening right here. What's being activated here? And we're going to find out what's being activated here. There it is. The information we need. Because then we're going to actively move forth home. And here it is. Our connection to the Five of Swords. And I love it in this deck. In this deck, we go to show that the 3 is causing conflict. Our pain, the 3 of Swords, is causing conflict. And there's the masculine and feminine have gone their separate ways. And the feminine has a sword and the masculine has a sword. There's the creation of peace. But we're going to create peace now through the connection of the masculine and feminine. This has to do with the souls becoming one. And we're going to invest with self. This is self-growth. Look at that. The growth is coming from our hand. And now we're going to move forth with the 6 of Swords. And it's connected to the 2 swords. Because now, look, we've seen what we need to see thanks to the High Priestess. And the 2 swords that we were fighting with have been left at the dock to show that we've created peace and we've moved away. And our exit was planned. We took time to plan our exit because this exit allows us to create peace and to leave the storm. Dawn is here. It's a new day. So we went from the 5 to the 6 through the High Priestess. Let's find out what she offered us. The High Priestess is patient and calm. She is armed with true wisdom and the ability to focus deeply on her issues. And we need to do that. We're going to focus deeply on our issues. She knows that true spiritual happiness comes with time and experience. So she is in no rush. She will always choose to wait and watch rather than pushing for answers. We have got, I feel like 15 different messages in this reading to use the energy of the High Priestess to not react, to respond, to cultivate patience and to wait. We need to wait. Whatever it is, we're not acting on it yet. We're going to wait because this is going to be planned. This is going to be executed with a plan. We're going to use our masculine energy. We're not going to fear our masculine energy. We're going to use it to our advantage. The red pomegranate flower in her purple hair symbolizes her powerful but calm feminine energy. And that's so that we can use the feminine energy to make sense of what we are seeking. The knowledge in the unknown to expand from with the masculine energy. The rams, and you know what? Pomegranates also symbolize soul purification. The ram's horns on her head symbolize her determination and strength. She is strong. She won't be pushed around, and she won't be rushed to act in a hurry. Despite temptations to move quickly, a crystal ball floats between her horns, showing her psychic intellect and intuition. The cross on her cheek shows that she is highly spiritual by nature. Don't rush. There's no need to act or make a decision at the moment. When the time comes to move, you will know. Sometimes, however, it may turn out the inaction is the most mature form of action. And there's our message. The inaction is the most mature form of action. And I really believe that's just getting that sword back from the devil and walking away. And not playing anymore. Right? We're just not going to play anymore. We don't need to act. We don't need to give this energy any more fuel. We need to pull out our charge. We're going to pull out our charge and put it back in us. We're not going to be separate anymore. We're going to be one. We're going to love self. We're going to have access to the information we need. And I love that she has horns to show that she has faced lower vibrational energies and overcome. And then we are moving forth. We're moving forth with the Knight of Swords to our truth. because we've seen through our illusions. And there's the Chariot, our victory. We're going home because we've restored balance. We're victorious, and we've listened to the moon. He is wearing moon. He's got moon. I was going to say he's wearing moon earrings. I really want these to be earrings all the time, but he's got moon on his shoulder blades. He's following the moon home. All right. What energies are we using here? No, we're not seeing this yet. We're going to speak to the child. Child. The child has something to say. What does the child have to say? All right. The patch tarot is going to be representing the child. Princess of Wands. This is the energy we need. I want you to see that sacred geometry shows that we're expanding with the knowledge that we've seen within the unknown. We're using it. We're acting with it. We're expanding with it. She's connected to fire energy, masculine, but feminine energy, because she is the princess. And she has it. She's enthusiastic. She's no longer hedonistic. She's no longer hedonistic. Look at that. She's enthusiastic. There's our connection right there. So she's acting with the knowledge she's seen within the dark. And there's the child. We freed the child. And now we're full of possibilities. It's connected to our reunification, the Eight of Cups. And that's the energy of Saturn and Pisces we're working with there. All right. Oh, I like it. So now we have the Prince of Wands. So we have the Princess of Wands and the Prince of Wands. So now we're creating with the visions. There is the masculine energy to expand the information that we have received within the unknown. Now we expand it with our visions. We're creating with it here. We're moving forth. Look, he's on a chariot. And I love it because the lion is leading him. He's found strength to face the shadows. We have the Queen of Swords. We've now become perceptive. We're liberating self. We're liberating with all because we're all interconnected. And the work we're doing through self, we're doing for all. We're going to allow growth now on our spiritual quest. And look, we're going to move forward with the sword of clarity, the sword of the light. But not only that, here with the Prince of Swords, we're connected to all the other elements. And we have the scythe from the Death card. So we can cut away whatever lower vibrational so we don't have to go back there. And we are expanding. We're cerebral here. And we're going to, as we are in reunification, stay determined to move forth home with the King of Pentacles. This energy is key. That's the same too, once again, as the King of Keys. Allowing us to stay determined to move forth home. Look, as we're creating peace from within, right here we're creating peace from within in order to move forth home. And we do. We move home. We expand because look, we faced the devil energies. This is cruelty, the Nine of Swords. And we now have a healthy stability being created in order to harvest from and go towards our Ten of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles, and we are illuminated. We expand. There is the sun. We raise our vibes. We're going home, and we used all the energy of the zodiac. And look, I love how Aquarius is watering us. Aquarius is watering us to help us grow. We're connecting to the energy of the star. All right, let's see which energies we're working with. What energies are we working with? That was beautiful. Leo and Pisces and the Earth. Leo shot right out on See the Light, guys. And this is this energy right here. This is this energy. And look it. We have 3 different decks here, and they're all pulling together the same message through symbolism. That is beautiful. 4 cards, 3 different decks, the same message through symbolism. We're on point. Got the masculine, feminine coming together through the energy of Leo and Pisces and the earth. And we know we have the cups in here. The wands, we got the earth, and there's the energy of Libra to restore balance. Now we have all 4 elements here. All right, guys, we're working with the wands, we're working with the cups, we're working with the pentacles, and we're working with the swords. Leo is a fixed sign, and its key phrase is, I will. The passionate energy of fire gives life to the fixed focus quality and says, remember your sovereignty. Express your natural leadership qualities. This is no time to be shy, but instead, accept the spotlight. The key phrase, I will, says it all. Your will shall be done because you will make it happen. Ask yourself, how can I shine? Gather all your courage and confidence and create your reality. And there it is. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right here. Pisces, water, mutable. Key phrase, I believe. The intuitive energy of water flows and flows and flows through the changeableness of the mutable quality. There is a creativity and psychic insights available, probably hidden in plain sight. The key phrase, I believe, means that you do believe that the answers are out there and that you will, by paying attention as only you can, find them. In this situation, ask, how can I tap into the compassionate heart of the universe? Listen and see with your heart. Boy, guys, with these energies, we're going to be mastering like nobody's business around here. This is beautiful. These are beautiful energies to be at play to help us with this part of our transformation. What a gift. What a gift. All right, the earth. I mean, this says it all. These messages say it all. I mean, I don't even need to add my own words in here. Earth, stable, secure, and abundant. The energy of earth nurtures life, promotes long, leisurely pleasures, the things we need, the things we want, and the material and temporal things we value are expressed here. The acquiring and distribution of resources is at the center of the earth's energy. Once again, to the center. Her center is connected to our center. And there's something being reflected back to us, always. Bring the quality of earth to a situation through generosity of your material goods, resources, and time. The earth is slow and sure, so take an unhurried, calm approach and avoid sudden or unexpected actions. Create a calm place in the center of chaotic energy. We've also had 1,000,001 messages to show meditation is key. We must meditate in order to heal from the devil energies and what's lower vibrational. Meditation must be a part of our life. Prayer must be a part of our life. And what does that look like to you? This doesn't mean you have to go and do yoga and sit on a mat. There are many different meditation techniques out there. There's very different ways to meditate. You know, and I meditate in a multitude of ways. I meditate out there with Mother Earth, sitting in the sun. I meditate out there with Mother Earth, hanging with the moon. I meditate while I'm cleaning. I meditate while I'm working out. I meditate while I'm actively just meditating. People meditate during yoga. There's all different types of ways to meditate. You have to find the ones that work right for you. As well as prayer. What works for you in prayer? You know, I don't sit on my knees and pray to God. I don't believe in that. I do what I feel called to do. I pray and, you know, actively talk to the divine all the time in a multitude of ways as well. Remember, we're multidimensional. This just isn't about one way. This is about a multitude of ways coming together to create. Remember, if the threes show us anything, it's connecting through more than one thing. Now we're going to Libra. Air, cardinal, key phrase, I balance. The discerning energy of air takes on the cardinal solve-it quality and encourage identifying and solving problems. The key phrase, I balance, means that fairness, justice, and everyone getting along are the primary motivational drives. And this is New Earth energy. In this situation, ask, how can I manifest fair and stable balance? Ideals are beautiful things and very good guides. Okay. Well, let's see where we're going. Where are we going now that we have all this information? That was a lot of information for today. Okay. We know we're creating peace. We're creating peace through the storm and the water energies. We need to feel. We need to feel what's going on within right now in order to create peace. And I want you to see one sword is connected to the masculine energy and one is connected to the feminine energy. So this goes back to what's happening here. We're going to restore connection through us, through self. So this is like chasing down your counterpart. This isn't chasing down who's ever wounded you. This isn't chasing down the devil. You're restoring peace through self. And the energy of the masculine and the feminine coming together to help you to restore peace. Also, having clarity for the 5D, having clarity for the 3D. And it's connected to the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles has a message for us. Here we are. We're working with our Three of Pentacle pals. Whoever that may be on our quest. And that can even be, we're working with more than one energy within self. That can be, you're working with higher self. And you know what? You're working with the child. And you're working with that lower version of yourself. But it's not necessarily you're in the ego games because you've healed with that part of yourself. So now that part of yourself that, you know, that part of yourself that's connected to ego, you know, you've done healing there. So that part doesn't want to fight you anymore. It wants to work with you. And that goes back to channeled messages. You know, when we heal enough, we get that piece of ourself to work with us. That I want to call it something different than ego because it's transformed. We've metamorphosized from that place. So, you know, before that place would have argued with us, our ego would have argued with us to protect us and say, no, I'm going back here. But now we've done enough work that whatever that is has now been transformed. Our ego's been transformed with our higher self and the divine. And of course the child. And now that version, that piece of ourselves, that piece of ourselves wants to now work with us. It's in alignment with us. So we could be working with just, like I said, the child's higher self and that piece of ourselves in order to now, you know, create what is happening here. And something is happening. There's a connection here. And it's connected to seeing through our illusions in the Seven of Cups. It's connected to what's being illuminated. And this is connected to, they're telling me, La Luna and the Sun. We need to see this. Look here on the vice versa tarot. Look, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing the light. We're confused. Here we're seeing the light and we're connecting to what we need to connect to. So something here is changing. Sunlight illuminates the beautiful stained glass window where a third man dressed wealthy is also watching the work in progress. He holds a foundation stone in his hands, carved with the alchemical symbol of fire. An upward pointing triangle within the triangle is another triangle, symbolizing the fire within. At the base of the pillar is a distilling vessel used in alchemy. A rose has been placed in the vessel's mouth. The man is the financier of the project, but that's not his only contribution. His biggest gift is enthusiasm, which will sustain the endeavor and serve as its foundation. Whatever you wish to build, find others with the same enthusiasm to build it with you. And this is actually coming together now in the 3D. We're actually finding people within the 3D that are like, they're lit to do this with us. And these people, we're learning how to trust them. Now, we always have to remember that they, you know what, they're not perfect either. They have their paths. But we can trust these people with their enthusiasm that, you know, we're on board to see the same thing happen. But you know what, everything is always happening through self, and it's not like, you know, we start letting them lead our way. No, we're equally part of each other's paths. We equally want to, or no, we all want to see things heal, get better. But we're still doing our own work. We're still doing our own work, and that's how we're not going to get lost into others' paths and defeat the purpose. This is about our path back to one through the connection with others and self and other pieces and parts of ourself. Okay, we're going to get a message from... Actually, guess we're not. The Sacred Mirrors Oracle wants to speak. And then we're going to get a message from Luna and say goodbye. And I don't know what it wants to say, so let's find out. Oh, and remember, the energy of enthusiasm is right here. And we're expanding it there. And this is the energy of fire. So there it is. We have our answer. We need the energy of fire right now. And I really believe that's why we're adding the spark last. You know, we've been discussing. We were lining up all the other elements. Guys, I'm going to do it like this. This is the card. We were adding up all the other elements, and then we were going to light the fire last. We know we found our fire, so we have to have enthusiasm to keep going. Muscle system. Magical layered meat mating. Sinuously sewn into the tough fabric of bone. Robust, overworked. Aching, working by oppositional mechanics, contracting and relaxing, engineered by God for beauty and grace, from the micro strength that constricts the blood vessels to the gluteal macroism, power woman, thy strength bears generation, reflection, courage. And this is reflecting back to us the courage we need. Our muscles are here to show us that they're here to help us with courage. So we need to take care of our body. We need to take care of self. And look, within her, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. This is connected to what the masculine and feminine are birthing together. We need the energy of fire, because we know the fire is the fertilization. The father energy is what fertilizes the feminine, the egg, the void, and what we are creating. And that's connected to the knowledge we're seeking in order to expand it. All right, now, well, Luna's closing us out. Taking down the devil. Of course. With the full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. We're going to use this energy to finish healing with. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming, and it could be very fiery. And this is where we take responsibility and allow ourselves out of this space. The full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or blunt. And that's how we're going to heal from our competitiveness. So we know this is about the fire energy, and we're healing with self, but we're not being selfish. So we're healing with self, but we're not doing this in a selfish way. Where it's just me. I. Want. It's we. Need to expand and heal. And what do we have to do? Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node. And there is our connection to the devil energies. And we're moving forth from the South Node. And we're going home to the north. There's one more message that's connected in here. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. And Virgo just happens to be sitting right here. This is loving self in a happy way. This is knowing that we are good enough. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you're going through, and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. And that's our relationship with this. This suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safe. And we're not going to stay where we are. It's not easier and safe. That's the illusion. We're not connecting to the light. We need to see the light, and that's our connection here. That's our connection from going here to going here. Now, I release the past. And this is connected to karmic relationships that have played out across many lifetimes. Attention to someone verging on being obsessive. And just because you do something doesn't mean you should. Or you can do something doesn't mean you should. So, the South Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic. The South Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going south, and that's why the moon has made its presence known. On the horoscope chart, it shows us that we're likely to become obsessed with, but which will probably do us a little good or no good. The South Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us of the well-known phrase, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So we're not doing what we've always done. This is like doing the same thing over and over again and then wondering why you're at the same space. We have to make change. And a lot of times this is a grand change to get to the new space, to get on point, to get on track, to get to where we're going in the right direction. And it is connected to knowing right now we're going to flip the script and we're going to change our patterning right here by knowing we're good enough. You are good enough. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far. And drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. And that says a lot. That's a really big message. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo asks and needs some truthful answers. Once you've been given them, it should be easier to see how you got to where you are. And there's the sword of clarity, the sword of the light. Your next step should then be more obvious to you, so pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. Attune to the moon. Find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your life. We are going to also stop worrying. We're not going to be overly critical. We're going to stop second guessing ourselves, and we're going to raise our karma by doing something good for someone else. Thank you to the moon for giving us some more answers we are seeking. Thank you, La Luna. Thank you. The full moon in Virgo is also a good time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. It's time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also the time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditations, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. And this is the energy we're going to use to implement our healthy daily patterns in our routine that allow us to achieve this. And you know, that Virgo card was just sitting there and was talking to me. I'm like, guys, this reading is going to be like 12 hours long already. But these are the messages. And you know what? We're going to be talking about this some more at our next reading and going to where we need to go next. But this is about our best lives and not being afraid to face our fears and create our best lives, and to go against the green and be the koi fish swimming upstream to turn into the dragon. Much love and healing vibes sent your way to create with today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.